Now grab your week 6 grammar sentences, and we're going to take this sentence and diagram it together. The Pilgrims, it's the second example that I put on your handout. The Pilgrims who were scared stayed in the safety of the gun deck. I got that from one of your papers. The Pilgrims who were scared stayed in the safety of the gun deck. Okay, first we want to determine what is the subject. The subject is the Pilgrims, and the verb, what did the Pilgrims do? They stayed. I'm so sorry. The Pilgrims stayed. The Pilgrims who were scared stayed in the safety of the gun deck. So let's take apart this sentence. We have the Pilgrims stayed in the safety of the gun deck. That's our independent clause. It has a subject and a verb, and it can stand alone as a sentence, so it's an independent clause. That's the main part of the sentence. Now this section, who were scared, is also a clause. Who is a pronoun, and it's standing in place, it's taking the place of the word pilgrims, so it's a pronoun. So this is our subject pronoun of our second clause, and were scared, were is our verb, and it's actually a linking verb, linking who to scared. Remember we talked about linking verbs connect the subject with the predicate. This is actually a predicate adjective. So we have our second clause that has a subject and a verb. It is not an independent clause, it's a dependent clause. It has to stay connected to this sentence to make sense. So this is how we would diagram this. We would put our main subject predicate line, Pilgrims would be here as our main subject. Stayed is our verb. Okay, so the is an article adjective, is describing pilgrims. We would put that here and we would capitalize it to show us that is the first word in our sentence. Okay, this here, this clause, who were scared, is a clause that's describing pilgrims. So it's an adjective, it's a group of words acting as an adjective, describing and modifying pilgrims. Pilgrims who were scared. So under the word pilgrims, we would put a dotted line going down, and then we need another subject-verb line for our dependent clause. So you see how it's modifying pilgrims, so it comes under pilgrims. The subject of this is who, and the verb is a linking verb, were. So this is how we diagram our predicate adjectives and predicate nominatives. Were scared. Scared is linking back to who. So this is our dependent clause coming off the main part of our sentence. Okay, so we've done most of the words. Let's go ahead and label the end of our sentence. The Pilgrims stayed in the safety of the gun deck. Okay, I see here two prepositions. So these are actually two prepositional phrases. They're telling us where. Where did the Pilgrims stay? The Pilgrims stayed in. This is how we diagram prepositional phrases, and if you need more help with this, you need to turn to Our Mother Tongue and get some examples. They stayed in safety in the safety. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. In safety. What kind of safety? Safety of the gun deck. I'm going to just abbreviate that. They stayed in the safety of the gun deck. So when you diagram a prepositional phrase, you have a slanted line and a straight line. The preposition goes here, the preposition goes here, and the object of the preposition goes straight. And then any modifiers you have go underneath.